Accurate local forecast.
Well, we had a very beautiful weekend, especially today, Ben. If I saw correctly, I think you may have rated, unless that was a glitch, but I think you may have rated tomorrow a perfect 10 too. Is that right?
That is correct. Yes, 2 in a row. Keep them counting because this quiet weather pattern is likely to stick around for at least another couple of days before we heat back up to where you'd expect us to be this time of year. But yep, it's official. Second perfect 10 in a row. Here's what it's going to look like. Monday planner shows 50-degree temperatures to start in the mountains, a little closer to 60 in the upstate, but both places a little cooler than what we've been used to lately. High temperatures will reach the middle and upper 70s. Some places in the upstate northeast Georgia could even touch the 80-degree mark, but regardless of how you put it, it's going to be below average in terms of temperatures, which when you approach the early summer time frame, that's usually a good thing. High temperatures across the area were in the upper 70s for the mountains, some lower 70s in the foothills, and lower 80s across most of the upstate, with some middle 80s being found in places like Toccoa, Georgia. Temperatures are sitting in the 60s, even some upper 50s in Franklin, North Carolina in the mountains. Meanwhile, here in the upstate, northeast Georgia, it's lower and middle 70s for the most part, with some upper 60s heading south toward the lakelands. Looking at our dew points, it's been a little bit drier than what we're used to. 40s and 50s being found in parts of western North Carolina. Most part in the upstate, we've gone up a little bit, but still lower 60s. Really not too bad considering what time of year it is. Satellite and radar is also looking pretty quiet. A couple of sprinkles in and around the Greenville metro area, but that's really about it. We've got high pressure bringing some drier air and cooler air, for that matter, too, from the northwest. That's eventually going to move out to the Atlantic Ocean throughout the next few days, and that's going to stir moisture into our area and intensify the heat as we get some influence from the Gulf of Mexico. I also want to take a moment to recognize how rainy this past May has been. With it being the last day today, we racked a total of 12.57 inches of rain. That's just about a quarter of an inch or so shy of the record set back in 1910 at 12.81 inches, so just a few tenths of an inch off of the all-time record wet May. Mountains not quite that impressive, but still a solid surplus regardless. Also want to turn our attention to the tropics. We're monitoring a disturbance in the Bay of Campeche, I should say. 50% chance of tropical development with this cluster of thunderstorms over the Yucatan Peninsula. That's expected to potentially become a little more organized here during this week into late next weekend. This is looking forward to about a week from now. Notice that closed area of low pressure just off the coast of Mexico and then turning westward toward the Texas coast. That's just one long-range computer model, but we'll have to monitor changes in this trend. But for now, it does not look like it will have any local impacts. But of course, we'll let you know if that changes. The name it would take, by the way, would be Cristobal, the sea name. 58 and partly cloudy for the upstate tonight. Mountains, it's 50 degrees for you for your low temperature. And looking at our temperature trend over the next few days, we'll keep it below average or close to average for Monday and Tuesday. It'll likely be back in the 80s Tuesday, but Wednesdays when we make the big climb into the 90s. Yes, expect near 90-degree temperatures Wednesday through the foreseeable future for the most part. And that is very visible on that 7-day forecast. Upper 70s turn to middle 80s Monday and Tuesday. Mountains, same can be said for you. 85 and 90, though, are forecast high temperatures for Wednesday. Notice Thursday, we keep it close to 90 degrees, but one big difference, it's those pop-up spotty to scattered late-day thunderstorms. Those will likely be very prevalent Thursday and Friday. An isolated shower or two possible on Saturday as highs stay near 90 degrees. Shale.